Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Help with Natalie Cuomo. I am here today with my good friend, comedian Leah Lamarr. How are you?
I am fabulous now that I'm here. What? I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so glad you're here. I did just introduce you to Gremlin Natalie.
I loved her. I honestly now have a kink for Gremlin Natalie.
This is her.
If men on the internet aren't obsessed with her, I don't know what will make them obsessed.
I don't know, but that was her. You are crushing it. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
You're not only bi-coastal, you are
Continental. But you wanted to say sexual so badly. It depends on the day, you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah. Exactly. We have so much in common. And on top of that, I'm Googling and Googling.
Ooh,
and
uh-oh.
I see.
What did we find?
Born in Queens?
Girl, you know I was.
I'm from Queens.
Long Island Jewish Hospital is where I was born.
Oh my God. Let's get the story of Leah because this is crazy. I mean, when did you go to LA?
Unfortunately, about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's also where I started stand-up, which is insane. It is crazy to be from New York, but start stand-up in Los Angeles.
So you grew up in New York City?
I was born in Queens.
Yeah.
Bayside is where we lived. Can you believe?
Wait. Whoa.
I know.
Can't believe we haven't talked about this. You know that my dad lived in Bayside. I grew up in Bayside for a while.
Wait, I actually didn't know that? Okay, that's number one. Number two, did your mom's breast milk also, was it just glass? Because I feel like I was born eating glass and then...
What do you mean your mom's breast milk was glass?
Just like Queens. Like the energy of Queens.
Yes.
I felt like I would eat cigarettes and glass for breakfast.
I did pick cigarettes off the floor near the train station and smoke them.
It was just a different vibe back
I did
then,
do that, which is crazy because now I'm a crazy germaphobe.
Same.
Wait, where in Bayside?
I'd have to go under hypnosis. But I will send you the Zillow link.
Where did you go to elementary school?
Well, so then my parents moved to Great Neck, which is right outside.
That's fine.
Long Island, lol. Which is I'd like to remind everyone on the same island as Queens and Brooklyn. Thank you. It's just right next door. Go on.
Where did you go to elementary
school? I have so much
school?
shame.
This is crazy.
I went to Elizabeth Baker Elementary School.
Oh my God. Okay, so then you grew up in Great Neck.
Yes, so then I grew up in Great Neck.
Did you go to Alley Pond Park? Was that a deep cut?
My dad was an Alley Pond marathon runner. He went every Sunday.
A deep cut, yeah.
Yes, every Sunday. Yeah. I lost my dad to a group of men who would run Alley Pond.
Did you have birthday parties there?
Yeah, of course I had birthday parties at Alley Pond.
For those that don't know, when you have a birthday party there, you sit in a circle, they take out little turtles, you pass them around, maybe a lizard, maybe a little ham Easter.
Wow. I'm shaken to my core right now.
Yeah.
You just jogged a memory I didn't remember.
My favorite thing would be you go, you leave, you come back with a little necklace with a turtle on it.
And this is why I hate turtles.
Wait.
What?
No, I love a turtle necklace. Get me a turtle necklace.
You know what? I feel like turtles are very symbolic though for me now that I'm thinking about it, because when I was young, especially when I was in Queens, I was really shy.
Oh.
I know, and now I feel like I've come out of my shell.
Yeah. There were ferrets there too.
I don't remember the ferrets. But maybe it's because
Maybe they weren't there. I think there were though. Rabbits for sure.
Rats, ferrets. I mean, who's to say? Really the same thing when you think about it.
Wow. Okay, so we have that.
Okay, wait. Alley Pond. You just threw me for a fucking loop, dude.
Yeah. When I saw Queens, I was like, there it is.
Yeah.
I had to hold that in yesterday when I saw you. I didn't say a peep. Do you know how hard that was?
You wanted an authentic reaction on the podcast?
I did.
Wow, that's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So then Great Neck, and then...
Also, is anyone seeing my sneakers right now? Because I'm wearing absolute dad shoes.
It's possible that camera is picking them up. I have those in black and in blue.
They're dad
I love them.
Hokas.
They're so comfortable. I wear those shoes all the time. It's I either wear those or these.
Those are
that I got at the
sick.
West Edmonton Mall.
That's in Canada. Oh, I know that mall, baby.
Yeah. The comic strip.
Great. That's a great club. That's actually the last club I played before the pandemic. The
Really?
end of February 2020 / beginning of March. And I was with Ben Glebe. Do you know Ben?
I know the name.
He's an LA comic.
Yeah.
So funny. It was like my first feature gig ever, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, this is the start to the rest of my life.
Oh God. And pandemic.
Yeah. And the pandemic had like just hit.
Yeah.
Where everyone was like, oh no way it's coming to America. And since I'm a germaphobe now, because of growing up in New York, now I have like the bed bugs are inside me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just like, if you sit on the subway, don't you dare fucking sit on my couch.
Yeah.
If you sit on my bed, I
Subway
have
pants.
no choice but to kill you. Like that's just like that's an excusable death. But so I heard the pandemic was coming around, and I was like, yeah, it's coming to America for sure. And Ben was like, no way, absolutely not. And I was like, so I posted on my Instagram story, and I was like, does anyone have a KN95 mask? I'm about to travel and I'm scared. And the masks had already been sold out, even though no one was panicking yet.
Yeah.
But it was just like they were gone by the few like doomsdayers like me.
Yeah.
Who's like, I'm getting a bunker. Those people took all the masks. My friend Jerron Horton, LA comic, don't know. Okay. Jerron had a mask. He gave it to me. I brought one for me and Ben. Ben thought it was hilarious and wore it as an eye mask.
Ugh.
I fucking super glued it to my face. I looked like a little bear for both ways, there and back. He thought it was hilarious. He got COVID and I didn't.
Wow.
And I'm not like proud of this. I'm not like, got you, Ben. I'm not like told you so, but I just knew, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's going to happen. And then, of course, that was my last feature gig for quite some time. My first and last.
I had like, I thought that I was a tattoo artist for a brief second in my mom's basement, and I had these tattoo gloves, and I thought I was so cool going to shows wearing the black gloves. Like, I had these gloves because I've been tattooing myself. And boy, let me tell you, I was not cool. I was not cool.
Wait, I love this story though.
Yeah, it was bad.
But you actually were cool because everyone probably wanted your gloves. They were jealous.
The gloves were a hit for sure. The gloves were a hit.
How were the tattoos?
Bad, really bad. Look at that.
No, I think it's kind of sick.
But okay, so when did you move to? You went to college?
Unfortunately.
Where'd you go?
I went to the University of Virginia.
Okay.
Huge mistake.
Random.
Don't like if you have any sort of dreams, don't go to college.
Right.
I think that is what I've learned.
Yeah, it's a waste of money.
Oh, unless your parents are rich.
Right.
Okay, so let me like take that back. If your parents are rich, do whatever the fuck you want. If your parents are poor, don't go to college. It's like pretty simple actually how the math works.
Right.
Because you're going to be in debt no matter what, even if you graduate with like a degree in medicine, like you're going to be in more debt than you were before.
Right.
A degree in law, like so much debt. I'm still paying my student loans, and I graduated with nothing. You know what I mean? Like a liberal arts degree.
I agree.
Like there's jizz all over my face from student loans.
Yes.
The loan sharks are just like coming.
Not fun. And then you went to LA?
No, then I came back to New York.
Okay.
And I worked at the corporate headquarters of a bank.
Ugh.
Which was hilarious because I did not fit in there at all. I tried to get fired and they would not fire me. I'm like, how hard is it to get good help? I'm wearing a crop top. I'm not coming into work for 2 hours. Like I'm coming at like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm not answering emails. They're like, that's okay. What do you
like? Please keep wearing the crop tops.
Yeah, it's great for office morale.
Yeah.
I had like the fun desk. Everyone would come by to like have a laugh.
Oh, I like that.
And it was bizarre because I was so not good at my job, but I stayed there for like 2.5 years.
Whoa.
I know. It's crazy what like health benefits can do to your mindset. You're like, oh my God, I have like healthcare.
Yeah.
That's not Medi-Cal.
I know.
That's not Obamacare. It was fucking sick for like 3 minutes. I had a 401k. It was crazy.
Wow.
My morals went right out the window. My dreams, what are those?
Then what?
Then I started booking some stuff.
What do you mean?
So like I was doing acting on the side.
Right.
So acting is like what I always wanted to do.
Samesies.
Well, let me actually, like we could take back 2 seconds. Okay. I wanted to be a Jewish Britney Spears. Like that was my real dream, was to be like a
free Jewish Britney Spears.
So like Barbara Streisand. like a more mentally stable Jewish pop star.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Like my childhood bedroom was covered in posters of Britney Spears, like ceiling to floor Inside the closet door, you're opening it. Another ceiling to floor poster. Everywhere you look, Brittany.
I had the same thing, but with Cole Sprouse.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I just laughed like a chipmunk.
I had a serious, people couldn't come in my room. I was so embarrassed.
People couldn't come into my room. I was so embarrassed.
Yours is
for different
better.
reasons.
I didn't even pick the cute one.
That's really an iconic choice, Natalie.
I would get Tiger Beat, cut out all the photos, throw out Dylan in the trash.
Wow. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Good work.
I loved him.
I'm really proud of you. Childhood you.
Cole Mitchell Sprouse.
And even the middle name, huh? That's
I made little bracelets that said CMS. I would wear them to school.
With a heart.
Yes.
And a C.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, all right. I'm learning so much about you right now.
By the way,
actually.
his favorite cereal was Mini Wheat Thins.
Okay. You read OK Magazine.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Anyway.
You got the 411. You got the scoop.
I got the scoop.
You 143'd him.
Yes. I loved him.
I'm like honestly speechless. But okay, so my obsession with
Yours
Brittany.
was Brittany.
Mine was Brittany. I wanted to just sing and dance, but I was still also very shy.
Yeah.
And then if it is weird for you to know this information, but it's true, in middle school I started competing in Shakespeare soliloquy competitions in front of like my whole middle school. So I had so many friends.
Drop a line.
You've ungently, Brutus,
Oh.
stole from my bed. And yesternight at supper, you suddenly arose and walked about musing and sighing with your arms across. And then when I asked you what the matter was, you looked upon me with ungentle looks. I urged you further, yet you too impatiently stamped with your foot. And with an angry wafture of your hand gave sign for me to leave you, which I did. I should not know you, Brutus. Did you want something else or... My lord, make me acquainted with your cause of grief. That's it. I'm done. I'm okay. I'm done.
Oh my God.
But anyway, so like I was very cool. And is it showing?
Yes.
Okay. So then I was still doing like sports and stuff in high school because my parents were like, okay, this is also crazy because I was still like artist, but my parents kept like pulling me away from it because there's no money in that.
Mm-hmm.
So in the 9th grade, I did art, and then my parents like had me pulled basically from art. So they like wouldn't let me into the next level because I was spending too much time focusing on art.
Oh no.
So then I went into the sciences. It was just kind of this like whole nightmare, but all I ever wanted to do was like sing and dance and be a freak.
Yeah.
And no one would let me wave my freak flag. I just wanted to wave my freak flag.
Yes.
Proudly. And they were like, just be normal. And I'm like, I can't.
No.
Like, it doesn't matter what you do. You cannot put normal into a freak. Like, it just doesn't
work.
It doesn't work. Like, you're going to end up being who you are no matter what. It's
Right.
just going to take longer to get there. And then you're going to be like, how did she end up this way? It's like, oh, I don't know, because you basically forced me to be like this. Anyway, so God, I'm like really looking back on these years. It's like, it's almost sad because I wish I had just been nurtured for the things I enjoy doing rather than pushed toward the things that I think people wanted me to do.
Yeah.
You know, because I was smart and I was good at science and math. So they like kept pushing me like women in science, women in math, like do this.
Right.
So then I got like really pushed far into science research. And then when I was 16, I went to Tufts University to do breast cancer research. Just like crazy. I got literally kicked out of the program at the very end. Not like I didn't like I finished the program, but I was emotionally ejected by one of the lab techs.
What do you mean?
So it's a very sterile environment when you're a researcher. Like half of the time they're spending time just applying for grants. So like half of their time is spent trying to get money to do the research.
Right.
Then the other half is like you're in basically what feels like a drafty castle where you don't talk to people. You're by yourself in like an all white room in a hazmat suit, cutting tumors up that you gave to rats, then like sewing the rats back up to then try to give them cancer again. It's like a whole insane process. And at the time I was also a vegetarian, so it was like very morally like a weird gray zone for me where I was so uncomfortable with what I was doing. But I guess I was like, oh, for the greater good of humanity, I guess this makes sense. Like I just didn't know how to grapple with it. I was so like Leonardo DiCaprio would have dated me because like the front of my brain hadn't been fully developed yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was still just trying to figure out who I was. But yeah, it's just like a bizarre existence because it's really lonely.
Yeah.
And there wasn't like a lot of humor at the lab.
Yeah.
And like I'd wear eyeliner and I think they'd be like, why are you wearing makeup? Like I felt there was like a lot of judgment. So it's like all these places I never belonged. Like I never belonged in like a bank office. I never belonged in like science. But I was interested in all of it, but like none of it was for me.
Right.
And all I actually liked was like the creative aspect of it.
Right.
Because with research, there's a lot of creativity. The finance, there's nothing for me there, but money and 401k and healthcare. But with science, there was this like literally the last night before my program, and I think I lost my virginity the next day. But
there's the creativity.
Yeah, that's right there, babe. Yeah, just when your hymen disappears, suddenly your brain goes crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I think you just become really creative, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But we were in the lab late, and it was just me and this Irish lab tech who, like, one of her eyes went the opposite way. Mm-hmm. So I never knew if she was actually looking at me, which was, like, so odd. Anyway, so it was, like, 7 p.m., and we were in surgery. It was just me, her, and this rat. And I was holding the rat open. It was so uncomfortable. Is this story too gross to tell?
No.
Okay. So she's going to remove a tumor that we had given this rat, and the rat died on the table. And she's so upset. And I go, I guess we're going to be late for dinner. Very weird thing to say. And she just goes, get out. And I'm like, is she looking at me? I know I'm the only one in the room, but like neither of her eyes in that moment were really looking at me. So it was just like awkward and very tense. But yeah, she was like screaming like, get out.
But she fucked up.
I know.
She killed the rat.
I was a child. I was literally a teenager.
And like, what are you supposed to say? She killed the rat.
It's also like you also gave it cancer. Like the point was to kill it and then cure it and then kill
the rat.
It is so sad.
But I guess that like that's how you're learning about how to help people. But like, well, it's tough.
When an animal dies during research, it's called a sac, which is short for sacrifice. Which is really the whole thing really puts you on edge. If it isn't clear, I never went back.
I don't like this at all.
No, and so immediately after that, which is crazy because I think I was telling you it's like a very sterile environment and you're really alone. You have to have security clearance for every single place you go. And because she told me to get out, I just left and I didn't have any badges. So I had to hit all of the fire alarms to get out of the building. And so I'm like running down these stairs, hitting the fire alarms just to get out. And then like moments later, I just hear like alarms blaring and all these fire trucks coming to a non-burning building. And I'm like, oh my God.
You're like,
it was a wild ejection out of science, basically.
Wow.
And then I went to college and I think I was like still trying to pursue that dream, but it had died right then and there.
That's terrible. I
was a fucking kid. I was 16, a child. And then I lost my virginity to like this.
Not to her.
I wish. Would have been hot. To this just like weird makeup sex. Greek man with a faux hawk and a tribal tattoo and smoked cigarettes, and he was a drummer, and he always wore a shirt that said sex machine, so you know the type. And I was like this like cute, nice little Jewish girl. Anyway, so then I went to college, started getting into musical theater. Let me know if you want me to shut up and you want to get a word in.
What was your like best role that you played in musical theater?
So this is what's crazy is that I was still too shy. So I was still in the ensemble or would get these like little mini parts.
Okay.
And I'm about to sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you so much. I feel like you like the rat just came and you just like blessed his spirit to the next round.
Really bad for him.
It was fucked up. I was still too shy. And I think I was trying to like shed some shame I had around not doing science and kind of like trying to do theater. And now that I was free from parental guidance, and as it were, and the authorities that be, whatever that means, I was starting to feel more free. And each year that progressed, I became more and more me.
Yeah.
So I went from musical theater to being like, I don't know how to dance. That's
Yeah.
never going to change.
Yeah.
Like I have like 8 left feet and my hips are just like stiff.
Yeah.
Like that's not my thing. You know, like there are some people who are bendy. No, it's not me. Like I'm not like in bed. Don't expect anything from me.
What?
Horrible.
What do you?
The worst lay you'll ever.
No, you are not.
Great at head. Horrible at sex. Do you want to have bad sex? Call Leah Lamarr.
What? I feel like I just cannot believe that.
It's fine.
Really?
I will say though, if I am bad at sex, why did I have an ex tackle me to the ground in London after I ended things with him weeks later and he found me on the street?
I don't even know what's going on. You're literally like, I'm like, okay, first of all.
Yeah. Can I make, yeah.
You're married.
Yeah. To make the longest story shorter, to get you to where we are now, I went from musical theater to LA,
yeah,
to commercials, TV, and then literally I met with a casting director,
yeah,
who after we chatted for an hour, she was like, Leah, I just want to let you know you're more funny, less pretty. And I was like, oh my God, you think I'm funny? And she was like, yeah, you should be doing comedy.
And you're like, okay.
And then I pivoted to stand up. And then I've just been that. And then I feel like through stand up, I found my power.
Yeah.
And I really became comfortable in my own skin.
Yeah.
And so now I feel like such a better performer. You know, like sometimes Craig Robinson will come through and like you get to go up and say, like everyone just goes sings with Craig. And like now I feel open.
Right.
Now I'm like, if a role presented itself where I could sing, I don't think I'd be small and shy.
Yes.
I think I'd be like, oh, I'm ready for this now.
Right. I feel like stand-up gave me the confidence to be a better actor.
Yes. Oh my God, yes. I'm just so much more comfortable as a human. Okay, now that we're up to speed, I'm married.
I don't think that you're bad at sex. This is so odd. Did someone tell you this?
No, I just don't like it.
You don't like sex?
I think I had like trauma and shame.
Yeah, yeah.
And weird guilt things around it.
Right.
And I felt like I was like shamed around sex so much growing up.
Yeah.
So much that now as an adult, I think like in my early 20s, I used it as like a manipulation tactic. Where I would be like, so if we have sex, now we're boyfriend, girlfriend. Like now this is commitment.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
and
yeah.
did that work?
Every time.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'd wait like as long as possible, mostly because I was too scared to have sex with someone.
Because what did you think would happen if you had sex with someone?
Well, in my head, I was like, okay, if I have sex with you, date 1 through 3, and then you don't date me, I'm a whore and no one will ever love me.
Oh my God.
Which is crazy because with me and my husband, we were like, let's get to work. And now I'm fucking married. So clearly I missed out on a lot of fun times.
Right.
Which I'm really sad about, to be honest.
Wow. I feel like I am the opposite.
I'm so jealous.
I mean, obviously I'm engaged, but I fuck on the first date for sure.
It totally works. But I think because the amount of shame that I had in my head, it was like, if we have sex and then you don't date me, it's like I had no self-worth.
Right.
And no confidence, where I was like, then I'm worthless. That was like the thought process.
There's definitely a middle ground.
100%. But I couldn't find the connect.
Yeah.
So I just used it as like a weapon
Right.
or a manipulation tactic in a way where I was like, okay, after date like 6 or 7, we can have sex. But by then, they're probably hooked. And I'll say something like, if we have sex, like, you know, we're probably dating now, you know, and they'd be like, okay. And then we'd have a miserable time dating for like 3 to 10 months.
Yeah.
Because we never should have been in a relationship.
Right.
And then it's like I held myself back, really, when I could have just tried it on, been like, oh, actually, thank you so much for your time. That was excellent dick. I'm going to keep it moving.
So I wonder if you get this question. I am engaged. You're married.
Yeah.
Do you get this question from people all the time?
Go on.
How did you lock it down? How
Okay,
did you do it? How did you get married? Because like comics are all single, so they all just like feel like they're beautiful, they're funny, but they for some reason like are. I feel like every single female comic comes up to me and is like, "How?" And I'm like, I don't know, just by going after what I wanted.
Okay.
Do you get that question?
Constantly.
Yeah.
I think I also want to apologize to everyone who just watched me wipe my nose on my sleeve, and then I'm going to keep it moving. So I remember when I first started comedy, I would come into clubs and guys would be like, "What's so bad about your life? What are you doing here?" Like first it was like disbelief that I was a comic, which then turned into, "Oh, you're a comic and you're a mess." Turned into, "You're a comic, you're a mess, and we should fuck or date." So then I started dating comics. And then that turned into me being like, I stopped doing stand-up because I was scared of running into the guys I had dated.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was their territory. And then that turned into me being like, I should date guys who aren't in stand-up, but like I want to go back to doing the thing I liked. And then that turned into like one day I just met this guy who wasn't a total piece of shit. You know, when it really comes down to it, I was like, he's nice to me. Yikes. Like the bar had gotten so low.
Right.
Where I was like, oh, I'm just looking for someone who's going to be nice to me.
How do you communicate to a man that you want commitment?
Oof. I think, well, the problem is that my husband fell in love with me immediately. Just like love at first. He saw me and he was like, if I don't put a ring on it, I'll kill myself.
But you live half in London, half in LA?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
It's so crazy. I'm actually considering moving back to New York.
Yes!
I know, but it's also...
No. You should. New York is the best place for comedy. LA is dying. London's ridiculous.
Also, I got reprimanded yesterday at the stand by another comic. I will tell you after. I'm not saying on the podcast. And I literally said, oh, I'm considering moving to New York because like my husband's in London. It's easier. And I get like a lot of spots here. And he goes, that's not a reason to move here. He goes, you shouldn't move here for more spots. Like, even if you get one a night, like for me, that feels good. But moving here for more spots, no. You should move here because you like New York. And I was just like, okay, I hear you. But like telling a comic, he's like, if you want more spots, just go to Austin. And I'm like, what if I don't like
this is not a comic that works.
I can't wait to talk.
It's not a comic that works, is it?
Kind of, but not. I'll tell you about it after. But I was like, wait, are you reprimanding me for wanting to do more comedy? I'm so confused. It was the most bizarre thing. I was just like, I'm going to keep it moving tonight.
Is your husband going to move so you're not in a long distance marriage?
Yeah. So he's trying to get his green card, but it takes, not trying. We are
green
applying.
Card, you're married.
Oh, babe, but they make it so hard.
Why?
And the crazy thing is that this is the most anti-American thing I've ever heard, but money doesn't solve the problem. You can't just like give them more money and get your green card faster.
But I don't understand because don't you like get married and like get a green card?
No, you have to apply and it takes 1.5 to 2 years to get. So there are 3 ways to do it. One, which is the way that we're taking, is the longest and the most annoying. But because my husband works for a company that's based in the UK, he's not legally allowed to work in America. So, and because he doesn't have his work permit, he could get in a lot of trouble and they could just deny him entrance to the US. So you apply through the consulate process through the UK. He's only allowed in America for 3 months of the year. I know.
Why is how good is this job?
It's pretty good. I know. Okay. The second option is he comes to America, he overstays his visa, and this is technically illegal, but it's the one that everyone does. Well, most everyone. And then you change your like the status. So adjustment of status, and then you say you're going to stay here. You've decided you want to stay here instead. And then you can't legally work until you get your work permit, which takes 6 to 8 months. So you're just kind of like doing
90-day fiance method.
Yeah. And he was like, that sounds awful to me. I was like, are you kidding me? This is what every LA woman wants, to not have to work and just live in someone else's house. Like, what? Why wouldn't you want that? And then the last option, and this is insane because we spoke to, I would say, no fewer than 15 attorneys before deciding on an immigration attorney. more than half of them were like, we're joking if you are, but if you're not, then this is serious. But then, like, if you don't like it, forget the way I ever said it. But coming across the border from Mexico is the easiest, fastest, and cheapest way to do it. And we were like, what about the legal way? We're like, you might not get shot.
What do you mean? They're telling you to come across like illegally from Mexico?
They're like, that's the fastest way. And I was like, I think we'd rather just like have the paper trail, just pay for it. I don't want my husband getting like murdered on the way here, or, like in jail. It's crazy.
I thought you get married to someone and...
Yeah, that's what also we thought. But this is also how I locked it the fuck down. So I'm really glad he didn't do his research. Wait, okay, so this is also crazy. That's half a joke. Everyone calm down.
What if you wanted to live in England? Could you just move there?
Yeah, so this is the crazy thing. It would take me 5 days to get a UK spouse visa.
Well, guess what the better country is?
I know. I'm still going to apply because I need to be able to go in and out of the UK without issues.
This is ridiculous. I think
insane.
you moved to New York. Let me explain.
Okay.
We all know New York's a better comedy city. We all know that. Just your family's here, right?
No, they moved to Florida because they're old Jews.
Way closer than LA.
True.
So if you're here, you're closer to your husband. You're closer to your family.
Oof.
Way more clubs here than LA.
I know.
LA has 3 good clubs.
Yeah.
Literally has 3 good clubs.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Yeah.
So
my favorite club is Cedar Sinai.
So I don't know.
I know. And I hear you. And
I'm here. You know, we can hang out.
But the winter is so brutal here.
So go visit your parents in Florida.
Hilarious. It's so cold.
It's here right now. You're doing fine.
I know.
You're doing fine.
I know.
You're doing fine.
Okay. And just for everyone that I left hanging on that note, we got married. We got married in 7 months.
The Natalie way.
Thank you.
That's the Natalie way.
Thank you.
That is really the Natalie way. And I know it's also the Leah way, but wow, that is the Natalie way, I will say. And I am so proud of you. I really am. I really am. You know, Dan and I, we slept together the first time September 8th or 9th.
Thank you.
And we got engaged December 17th. So
let's go.
Let's fucking go, motherfuckers.
Let's go. It's crazy because my husband could do so much better. I tell him all the time, I'm like, you're stupid, I'm smart. Because he could have, dude, he's, Joe at the stand was like, your husband is so hot, I want to punch him in the face. I'm like, I know. It's kind of annoying. Like, I actually love watching girls flirt with him.
Okay, we're really,
no.
Now we're not.
Not in like a, not because I don't get jealous sort of way, but it's because he's so awkward around women.
Yeah.
He's like the straightest, most like loyal person.
Yeah.
Where women, he like won't even realize women are trying to flirt with him.
I hate that.
But it's so funny to me because they'll be like, "Oh, hi," and I'm like, "Oh, I love to watch them try." And then I'll just walk over and be like, "Hi."
I hate when guys don't know that women are flirting with them. I'm like, you have to know so that you can kill them.
Oh, but that's my job.
No, you have to know that women are flirting with you, because if you don't know, how are you going to know that you need to end their lives?
Also true. Also fair. True and fair. But he's such a sweet little angel. He's the opposite of every man I ever dated in LA or New York.
Yeah.
He is a super family-oriented person. Him and all his family are really close, which
I
is
love that. I love that.
I don't have that.
Well, yeah. Dan has that, and I have only a few people
Pocket.
alive. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's an interesting transition because, okay, so we got married in 7 months. My parents came to our courthouse wedding in Northeast Florida, not to brag. Nothing says romance like putting your wedding ring through a metal detector.
Love that.
Oh, we got married by a clerk named Tiffany with an I. I was just like,
and a heart.
Basically.
For the little eye.
Yeah. In the dot. Honestly, getting married by a clerk named Tiffany with an I is like being operated on by a guy named Kyle. You're just like, bitch, are you going to fuck my life up?
Yeah.
She was shaking like a leaf. It was 3 minutes long, like the whole ceremony. We didn't even do vows.
No vows?
the whole thing. It's in Florida. I don't think they understand vows.
Leah.
I don't think they get vows there.
You have to write vows.
Well,
what are you doing?
We're gonna have a proper ceremony.
When?
Like once he gets his green card.
That's gonna be in 3 years.
Do you think I'll still be hot by then?
Yes.
Okay, thank God. I had to literally tell people in the back.
No, you're hotter than him. I don't like this. I'm lucky. No. He's lucky.
Okay, I just need him to believe this, though.
What do you mean?
I need him to believe that he did the right thing.
He did do the right thing. He's the lucky one.
I know. He knows. But it wasn't like a romantic ceremony. It was very fast and furious. No, I wasn't pregnant. You can stop at that. And I had to tell people in the background to quiet down because they were having a land dispute.
That's frustrating.
It was hilarious.
That's frustrating.
I got some laughs out of Tiffany.
That's
really crushing my wedding ceremony.
That's fun. I mean, we do need a real wedding. We need
one. Are you gonna like come to England for it?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, then
excited. I am excited.
Okay, then I guess I'll have one if you're gonna come.
What would you say the best advice you ever received is?
Ooh. Okay. My friend told me this and it kind of fucked me up.
Okay.
Because when you think about it, you're like, oh, wow. And it's so simple. She said, don't let fear drive the bus. Ooh. And you're like, wow, fear been driving this bus. It can be a passenger.
Fear does drive the bus sometimes.
Sometimes you gotta let fear off the bus. You're like, wow, are you trying to like take over for the bus drive? Like fear can be a passenger, but fear cannot be driving. I
don't want fear in my bus.
And fear drove my bus for a really long time.
Yeah.
And now fear is still on the bus. I'm not gonna pretend like it isn't. Like there's a reason I still haven't asked Esty for an audition at the Cellar because fear is driving the bus. I'm just like terrified of her. And I would like be so honored to even grace the stage of the Cellar one day.
Yeah.
And I think once fear is a passenger all the way in the back, maybe I can just like quickly open the door and just, oh no, fear just slipped out through the back. Oh my God, fear, are you okay? Oh, bye.
Right.
You know, that would be really fun for me.
I feel like people can sense when like the amount of fear that like you have and the amount of caring that you have. Like we were talking about yesterday, like just that feeling of like not caring about what people think about you or not caring about like essentially industry stuff is so hard, and like owning your power in this industry is tough. But it is changing. I mean, comedy is changing, which is like empowering.
Because now the gatekeepers don't have as much power as they used to.
Right.
Like you can gatekeep as long as you want, but there are people who are going to play fucking arenas, and you used to not ever let them play your club, and now you have to.
Right.
You need to sell tickets.
The thing I do find challenging though is that you do have to post on social media, and in order to post on social media, you have to see how many people hate you, and that's challenging.
So many people hate me.
And it's like, I do feel that hate is a reflection of success because, like, you know, and you
well, then I must be so successful.
Yeah, exactly. But it's tough because, like, you have to be like, oh, the more people that hate me reflects the same. Like, when I like someone on social media, like, I will just like and keep moving. Yeah. And that's how people feel about me or you or people they like. They're like, oh, that made me happy. I'll like and keep going. They're not like, love you, and like, you know, but the people that are miserable and hate you don't do that. They're like, I hate you and you're fucking pregnant. Like, you know what I mean?
It's crazy that people who hate me have so much time to let me know they hate me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
guys are writing their fucking dissertation in the comments about my jokes. It's like, are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you chained to a radiator in your dad's basement? Like, do you need help? Blink once if you need help. You know, like, this is a crazy cry for help, in my opinion. And yet, I'm like, oh my God, evil demon 6345 doesn't like me. What do I do?
I know. I think that's the hardest part for me. Like, I feel like it's so amazing to have this autonomy in my career. And then at the same time, I do feel like I have to juggle the fact that, like, while I am creating my own audience, I do have to read a lot of negative feedback because it comes with the positive feedback, and you have to be able to like numb yourself to it. And it's like, I mean, it's like, all right, I know it's not real, but it's like crazy. And especially because it's worse for women. It is worse for women.
Every time. Okay. This is something that really upsets me.
Mm-hmm.
So I will post something.
Mm-hmm.
My friends will comment, hilarious, you're so funny, I love this, laugh, cry emoji, whatever.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it'll go viral.
Yeah.
Very few clips, by the way. I just want to say, all of my clips that have millions of views are filled with hate.
Yeah.
Thousands of comments.
They're upset
Thousands.
that you're successful.
And they're all like, the laughter will be delivered in 5 to 7 business days. Women aren't funny. Find me one female comedian who is funny. Women can only talk about it just goes on and on and on and on. And it's like, I'm scrolling and I'm just like, what am I even reading? I'm like, how are all these men so upset? Why don't they
want to be comedians?
Shut the fuck up. I'm like, okay, well then you post a comedy clip, bro. Like, I don't know. Me doing something doesn't make them less.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you could go do your thing. We can both coexist in the world. You don't need to put me down. You could, as a matter of fact, there are things I don't like all the time. And I know this sounds crazy, do nothing about it.
Yeah.
I just go, okay, I don't need to let this person know I thought their joke wasn't funny. I'm going to move on with my day and give it no more thought.
The thing that bothers me, and I know I shouldn't, but like I will look at men that post pretty much the same thing that I do.
Yeah.
Look through their comments and no one is doing that. And it's just like, that bothers me more because I'm like, it really just bothers me that there's this this like gender double standard. And I don't feel like women are treated the same way at all. And it's crazy. I look at men that are blowing up on social media. I look at the stuff they're posting. I look at the comments and I'm like, if I fucking posted this, the comments would be completely different. And it's crazy.
I will get comments all the time. They're like, think about if the roles were reversed and this was a guy on stage saying this about a woman. I'm like, yeah, they posted and all their comments are like, this guy's hilarious.
Yeah, they're like, women only talk about sex. I'm like, men only talk about sex. They hump the stool.
Also, like we all talk about sex.
Yeah.
Who cares? Shut the fuck up.
I know.
Like, we only got the right to vote like 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Let me just say whatever the fuck I want.
There's just like a general disrespect, I feel, for women at all times, that I feel like our voices are just not respected the same way, even from other women. Yeah. And that's not even just in stand-up, it's in life. I just don't feel like women even see other women as competent in any job. It's not even just in stand-up. They like, in any job, they don't want a woman doing it. They don't want a female doctor. They don't want, like, unless it's a gynecologist, they don't. Like, I just feel like there's this deep internalized misogyny or whatever, that it's like it's just so frustrating for me to see, because like women actually are very thoughtful, very intelligent, very smart, and the way that it's been so deeply set into our society is fucking batshit insane.
You know what's also crazy? The fact that you brought up gynecology. I will only have a female doctor.
Yeah.
When I was in Britain, I have a ton of gynecology jokes that I actually don't tell anymore, but I always ask the audience, do you care if you have a male doctor or a female doctor? Like, ladies, what's your take on it? And they're like, we don't care. I'm like, wait, what? And then you come to America and everyone's like, only women. And I'm like, oh, British male doctors aren't molesting their patients.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, that's so cool that your doctors don't sexually abuse you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so nice. Like, I wished that was for everyone.
It is crazy.
I'm like, oh my God, this shit they get away with in America. And their healthcare system is free, basically, right? So we're paying to get molested. I'm like, wait a second. How did this?
Yeah.
I'm like, I should be paid. Like, what the fuck?
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like there is some serious work that needs to be done in terms of like respect for women, and also just like, I mean, people call me fat online every single day, and it's like,
you're basically a stick figure.
It's crazy. It's so crazy. It's like, I don't even understand how women are like, I've never been friends with a girl that doesn't have an eating disorder in some way.
Hilarious.
Like, ever. I've never had a close female friend that doesn't have an unhealthy relationship with food.
Yes.
And it's like, now that I exist in a world where every day someone's like, pregnant, I'm just like, yeah, this is why. This is why.
I know. I once had a hot gynecologist,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, this is so awkward because it's been a minute since I've had sex, so this feels like a first date.
Yeah.
Like, if I like this, it's a first date.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, and he's like, can I put this in? You know, they have to ask for consent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. Are we having dinner?
It's so awkward. I had a male gynecologist. He's like telling me what his wife likes. I'm like, like in terms of like birth control, but it's like,
Also, like, where's her HIPAA agreement, you know?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
Like, she's not a patient, I guess.
Yeah, where's her fucking privacy rights?
I guess she has better fucking health insurance than you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just I love men, and yet I feel like they have ruined my life.
I don't even think it's just men that are misogynist, though.
No, I think women are the worst.
It's very internalized in everyone in our society, and that's what makes me sad.
There are some female comics in New York who are feminist. Actually, New York and LA.
Who hate women.
Who won't even give me the time of day.
They just hate women. They hang out with like abusive men. I'm like, oh, it's known that this man is abusive. They're like, I'm a feminist. By the way, here's my opener. He beat a woman last night. It's like, what?
I don't know. I don't get it. To be fair, life is hard. To be fair, life is hard, and I always give people the benefit of the doubt
True.
and second chances and third chances because I love to people please and have people walk all over me, which I'm learning now not to do.
Right.
We're unlearning that.
Right.
But like the self-worth and the confidence comes like just in waves.
Yeah.
You know, I need a little bit of time. I can't be too excited about who I am as a person. I need like a little bit of time to let it soak in, you know?
No.
But yeah, watching these types of people just let it happen is very confusing to me.
I agree. We're going to pull some tarot cards.
Oh my God, I'm terrified. Let's go.
First of all,
I'm tarot
you have
5.
a special on OnlyFans.
I do. Can I say something insane?
Yeah.
And this actually goes back to fear driving the bus.
Uh-huh.
I want to put out a half-hour special.
You should.
But for some reason, I believe I'm the only person who's going to put out a special that no one watches.
People are going to watch it. I firmly believe, I've been saying this to Dan, there is a need for long-form comedy, especially on YouTube. People want to watch something longer.
Yeah. I need to just set a date.
And I feel like it's like you'll use the clips from it. That'll be really big.
Sorry, everyone, for the nose. Yeah, keep going. Did you just like vomit in your mouth?
Yes, I did.
I'm so sorry.
No. This is all really good.
Gross. Are you looking at my sleeve? Are you
no,
disgusted?
I'm zoned. You have to put it out. What are you doing? People will watch it.
I'm letting fear drive the bus.
No, seriously, this is ridiculous. You have to put out the special.
Okay.
You have to tape it. You have half an hour. It's ridiculous what you're doing.
Okay.
You need to, like, you'll get clips from it that are going to be really high quality.
Yeah.
There is a need. People do want long form content on YouTube. I firmly believe that people want to watch long sets. There's a lot of people that don't live close enough to a comedy club that want to see something more than 30 seconds, that want to see more than a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Like, people want long form comedy.
Okay.
You have to do it.
Let's set a date.
Where do you want to tape it?
I feel like the stand is such a good vibe.
I did at the stand.
Downstairs?
Mm-hmm. It's a great room.
Do you see I'm like breaking out in hives already just talking about it? I'm like, oh
you
my
should.
God.
It's honestly like, what's the number of views you'd be afraid of getting?
7. No. I think, and I know it sounds crazy, but I think like anything less than 10,000 would feel.
You're not going to get less than 10,000. That's insane.
Really?
Yes, it's fucking YouTube.
I know, but my brain is the fear is driving the bus.
That's crazy.
I know. Like also because I have like an inactive YouTube channel. So
start posting on YouTube now.
Yeah.
Start posting every time you post a clip on Instagram, post it as a short on YouTube.
Okay.
Just start using your YouTube now. Like, it's not going to come out for another 6 months.
Right.
At least.
Right.
So start using your YouTube channel.
Okay, well, you guys heard it here first.
What's your YouTube link?
Leah Lamarr.
So, start plugging your YouTube.
Oof.
And
Isn't that crazy that I'm so adverse to YouTube?
I mean, I really think, will you shuffle the deck?
Yeah.
I really think you should put out half an hour.
I know, and I have more than half an hour. But I think half
But
an
don't
hour
put out
is
the whole.
no.
I mean,
I
unless
think
you
half an hour,
yeah.
half an hour is the right amount of time for me.
Right, because you don't want to. I mean, it's a lot to
I mean,
rewrite a
Netflix is
whole-
doing like 15 minutes now,
Yes.
and I'm like, is 15 minutes the vibe, or is it like half hour?
No, because you want the. I think half an hour is better because you want people that are. You want to.
Did
be
your
a
soul leave your
special-
body like 2 minutes ago?
Something happened to me. I don't know. I don't know what happened to me. But I think I'm just thinking because I've literally been telling Dan he needs to tape an hour for like the last week.
Are you looking at me like we might be married?
Us?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been telling him like you need to tape an hour. You need to tape an hour. You need to tape an hour. I've been trying to like get him excited about it because I really feel like he needs to.
Yeah.
I feel like he has the material. I feel like it'd be really good. And then you saying this to me, I'm like,
it just affirms it all. I know. This is so boring. Let's just do the tarot.
Okay.
I'm like, everyone's just gonna listen and be like, "Oh, that's so sad that Leah's not feels so unconfident about it."
No,
it's just
not
scary.
at all.
It's scary to put your first.
It
So I have
is.
that 15-minute special on OnlyFans.
Yes.
which is awesome. That's a great platform because they really care.
Yeah.
Which is so cool. You know what I mean? Like they really want to help comics, which I think is awesome. But it's also there's like a paywall. You know what I mean? Like it's not like a big paywall.
You don't need a paywall for a special.
Yeah, and I also think like for a lot of people don't think of comedy when they think of OnlyFans,
Right.
which makes sense.
Let's pull some tarot cards around Leah taping a special.
Okay, great.
Leah's gonna tape 30 minutes.
I just get like the devil card and like the
I'm gonna
the
pull some
moon
30
card.
cards around it. Let's see.
a black hole card,
All right, so we're gonna start.
a card that's just negative comments.
All right, this one is money.
Let's fucking go.
This one is temperance. That's good.
Okay.
And this one is, oh my God, all really good cards. Really good cards.
I'm gonna be honest. Those cards look bleak.
Well, they're not, okay? Trust me.
They
This
look
one
bleak
we
as
love.
fuck.
This one we love this card. This is the Six of Pentacles.
Okay.
The money tree.
Okay.
It's gorgeous. We're gonna defer to the book because the book is God
Let's go book.
in a way, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. We've got the First Testament here.
So the Six of Pentacles indicates that your long-awaited fruits are ready for harvesting.
Okay. Let's move on to the next card.
Why?
Well, because we already got what we needed out of that one.
It says they're bringing more wealth than anticipated. They make sure
Bringing more than anticipated?
Yes, this is going to bring more wealth than anticipated
Why did that make me horny?
because you need to tape a special.
Money makes me horny.
This card, make sure you're generous during this bountiful time.
Okay.
Don't be selfish.
I won't.
And this card can also signify generosity coming from others. If this is the
Ooh.
case, accept the help with grace and put the resources to good use.
Ooh.
Mhm,
Ooh.
All right, then we have temperance. We love
Okay.
this card.
It's a cool looking card, but I'm also just like, I don't know what it means yet. So
I
Anxious.
should know because I've pulled it a lot, but I'm a stoner, so
it's all good. Temperance.
okay. Healing, renewal. We're not letting fear drive the bus anymore. We
Okay.
remain calm and peaceful as we blend opposing elements of fire and water.
Interesting.
You have to be a moderator like the heron. Focus on cooperation and compromise. If you've been excessive in one aspect of your life, practice restraint and moderation. You'll find a new sense of healing and balance.
Uh-oh, I didn't like the
I just don't know how to incorporate that into the reading yet.
Okay.
I don't know. How do you need healing and renewal?
Wait, there was a part about balance?
Yeah.
Maybe fear is greater than my confidence?
Yes, and you have to equal the fear and confidence.
I'm trying to make it
Balance
work for
out.
us.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Cool.
Mother of Swords.
What if it's like kill yourself?
No. The Mother of Swords, like it's the owl sitting on the sword, and it's kind of like about like judgment. Like
Yeah.
the owl on the sword, she kind of like looks at everyone judging people a little bit, and she doesn't.
Okay, so me? Wow.
She doesn't really
crazy.
need to do that, you know.
Okay, New York owl. Yeah.
She is a New York owl. She's sharp. She's perceptive.
A judging queen. She doesn't say anything. She just looks.
She's usually a therapist, a doctor, a teacher. She's experienced and knowledgeable in her field, so she's ready to tape a special for sure. She's kind of all-seeing, like the comedians all-seeing,
Wow.
but, she can be going through a tough time. So she could be...
Uh-oh. Where's this reading going,
So
Natalie?
here's the thing. She could be recently widowed or divorced.
What?
And she does not have children, usually.
Yikes!
But there's potential for her criticism to soar. So that's the thing. That's the thing with the Mother of Swords.
Literally, I said negative comments, and I pulled the negative comments card.
That's the thing, though. You have to. She's knowledgeable. She's experienced in her field. There is potential. There's potential for it.
But what is the other half of that card?
What do you
that
mean?
I could be widowed, that I could be divorced, that I have a lot of criticism? That card is fucking bleak.
Well, it's the balance between the generous money and then the criticism and the temperance in the middle. You have to find the balance because you do get criticism anytime you put yourself out there, but you also get money and good things. So you have to be like, all right, I'm okay with both.
So is there any good news about this?
I feel like it's basically saying like, all right, you're going to put this special out, but you have to accept that you are going to get like.
My greatest fear is going to happen, that it's filled with negative comments.
No, anytime you put yourself out there, like you're opening yourself up to being criticized, but
Yeah.
you're also opening yourself up to money, other people wanting to work with you, helping other people.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like fire and water. You're opening yourself up to both, and you just have to know how to balance them both.
Not everyone's going to love me.
No. I mean, they're not, but that's
know.
good. That's good. If everyone loved you, then you're doing something wrong.
I agree.
Yeah.
But everyone loves Taylor Swift. I actually don't listen to her music.
Everyone's mad at her. You know what's crazy?
Wait, why are they mad at her?
Last night, Taylor Swift.
What did she do?
This is crazy. It's coming out in like 2 months, but it's fine. She went to Gotham Comedy Club
What?
with Selena Gomez and another celebrity who I don't remember.
Why couldn't they have come to the stand?
I know. Well, she went to a Rami Youssef show, which was a benefit for Palestine.
Wow.
People are mad. They think she doesn't care about Israel. And listen, I don't have anything to say about it because I don't want to get in the middle. But I haven't politicized myself. But I will say this. People are mad at Taylor.
Wow. That was so much information.
I can't believe that she went to Gotham. I'm mad that she went to Gotham Comedy Club.
I'm also mad that she went. I'm
Because
like, why couldn't you come to the stand? I
the
was there
stand
last
is my
night.
home.
Yeah.
The stand's my home.
Yeah.
And
We were there last
the
night.
stand is where my heart is. So I don't really know what to say.
I can't believe she went to another comedy club when she could have spent time with us last night.
We were on an amazing show with a full house.
Full house. Fucking slammed. Packed.
She could have come to the show. She could have had a great time. And she could have, we could have seen Selena and the other celebrity she was with who I don't remember.
I would love to be that third celebrity. Natalie Cuomo doesn't know who I am. I'm not memorable enough for her. Selena Gomez actually has my heart.
I like her. I like her a lot. I think my all-time favorite celebrity is Sia. I love Sia.
She's fantastic.
My walk-on song, my putting on makeup song, my driving alone song, my all-time everything song is Unstoppable. You know that song?
Go. We need to hear it.
I can't sing it.
Just a little.
No, I can't.
Just like even one word.
Unstoppable. I love
that
her.
was beautiful. I really feel like
Thank
I got
you.
a gist of the song.
Thank
The
you.
essence of it.
I feel like the Mother of Swords is not really a bad card. She is sharp and perceptive.
Wait, is Unstoppable the one that's like, I'm gonna lift down the chandelier?
No, that's Chandelier.
Oh. Chandelier.
Unbelievable.
What's Unstoppable?
This is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Okay, why I love Selena is because I listened to her and Ariana Grande when I was going through breakups. They got me through so many breakups. Like while I'm running and just being like, yes, I'm amazing. Oh, okay.
Wait, no, it's at 40. I always tell them 40 seconds. I hate myself.
That makes two of us. Just two girls from Queens who hate themselves. Surprise, surprise.
I'm gonna piss my pants. You know what? I've been wearing this Everlane jumpsuit for like 8 days.
I've been wearing the same pants for literally a week and a half.
I just bought another one on my way here. I was like,
Good.
You know what? They say to be yourself. Being myself is wearing this Everlane jumpsuit.
It's great.
It's too short on me. It's too short.
Is it?
Yeah, if I stand up like this much of my like shows, but I like jumpsuits because you don't have to pick an outfit.
Yeah.
I did put a shirt over it so it wouldn't look like the same outfit I usually wear, but
just be you, Natalie. That's all we ever want from
this
you.
girl, she was the coolest girl in the world in high school.
What happened to her?
She's probably out there.
Okay.
She wore the same outfit every single day. She was 2 years older than me. She smelled so bad. She never showered, but I loved the smell. And
the smell of just like rotting flesh.
Kind of like she was at a bar the night before. She
Yeah,
smelled like
yeah.
she smoked cigarettes, and
Yeah.
she had hair up to here, but she had a long rat tail.
Ooh.
Yeah, and we wrote each other letters.
Did you ever speak? You never spoke. You just
We
wrote
spoke,
each other
like,
letters.
Sometimes we'd like go for a walk.
Cool.
I loved her. I thought sometimes we would trade drugs.
Cool.
Like I'd give her like some, Vicodin. She'd give me some Adderall.
What do the letters say? I don't think we can really just like skip past
like,
that.
Hey, like, yeah, like I just read this book and I'm feeling kind of like weird about the world and like, I don't know. I just tried this drug and it was fun and I hope you're doing
You guys were pen pals.
I thought she was the coolest person I'd ever met in my life.
I think we need to reconnect with her.
She was so cool. She wore the same outfit every day. Every day.
That's dedication. Are you sure she wasn't Steve Jobs?
No, it wasn't like she had a bunch of the same one. It was this one outfit.
Right. That never was washed.
Oh, no.
You ever
And she had armpit hair. Deep. She was French. She had dark, black armpit hair. Wow. God, she was cool.
That's fucking sick.
I want to say her name because it was she had the same name as a fancy mushroom.
Was it like Claudette, Francine, Maximum? I don't know.
Chanterelle.
Hot.
I know. She was so cool.
That is such a fucking cool name.
I just wanted to be her. She was always reading the coolest books. Like, I would write her a letter like, I just read Sartre for the first time. You're right. He is. Like, I was like, she is.
Did she have like a little French accent? Well, she was like, Natalie.
No, she wasn't actually French. She was just like French.
Like, that did ruin it for me a little bit.
I know. The smell added like a whole level of complexity.
I get that. And most of it came from her armpits, let's be honest.
It came from the armpits and the clothes. But like she smelled like, when you go to a concert and like you meet a guy there that smells like he lived at the concert.
Yeah.
That's what she smelled like.
Oof, guy who smells like the bar and cigarettes. Yeah. Daddy.
Yeah.
That's my actually special skill is I can go into a room of thousands of people and find the biggest alcoholic.
That's impressive.
And be like, how can I make this man love me?
Yeah. I really got lost there. I really did. I really got teleported back to high school.
We kind of breeze over the fact that my tarot was sad.
No, it wasn't sad. This was an amazing tarot reading.
Are you sure? Because it feels kind of like my life is coming to an end.
Why?
It's like you're going to be a widower.
I shouldn't have read that part out loud. You're not going to be a widower.
No, now it's forever.
Oh my God. No.
Is it worse to be a widower or to be divorced?
You're not going to be divorced. It's a good card. But honestly, he lives in London. It's like the same thing.
Maybe it's just telling me I need to focus on myself and my work.
Yes. I literally agree. You can't be going to London so much. You got to be in New York, focus on your special. That's what it means.
Really bending the cards to my will here. Really making them mean what I want them to mean.
I think this literally says like you're susceptible to criticism. Maybe, sometimes a negative thing could happen like criticism. But also on the other side, money and good things and generous people. That's temperance, the balance between both and then learning to accept it. And that's the special.
Do you know what's crazy? There is a psychic named Anton who...
Speaking of French.
Let's fucking go. We literally jumped on a Skype call. And the first thing he says is, this sounds so bizarre, but I'm hearing, don't read the comments.
No, I don't believe that. Did that really happen?
Yeah. It was so funny to me. I was like, I had to mute it because I went into hysteria.
That's crazy.
I was laughing and crying at the same time, especially because at that point I had a reel that was popping off and all the comments were like, she's a whore. She's an attention whore. She's a regular whore. She's disgusting. If a man did this, it wouldn't, like, where's the funny? And I was just like, that is wild that he said that.
What's the worst comment? Like, what comment has like gotten to you worse than anything?
Oh, no one could say anything that's worse than what I've said to myself.
Yeah, I think about that too.
Yeah. You know what? I don't think that there's a worse comment because I think all of them are just so pathetic.
They just compound together and you're like...
It's all just one big negative thought.
Sometimes it doesn't affect me. I go through phases and then sometimes it feels like everyone hates you. That's really what it is.
That's how I feel. Okay, so I think one recently stood out. That was... A guy spent time breaking down my joke bit by bit, including the crowd work, to explain why it wasn't funny. And I'm like, I'm sorry, are you professor of are you Dave Chappelle? Like, are you Chris Rock? Like, who do you think you are?
That's so insane.
I'm like, who's spending this much time? Why do you have this much time?
Insane.
My guy, you could be masturbating. My guy,
he probably was masturbating while he wrote it.
You could play GTA. Like, and yeah, he probably was masturbating while he wrote it. He was just like
voice to text.
He was like, oh, I'm going to get her so good. I'm going to fucking come all over this dumb. I hate that.
It's so weird. Like, sometimes I'll respond to people's like negative comments and they'll message me like, yo, your response was so good. I'm a fan now. I'm like,
there's like a weird kink around that, isn't there?
Yeah. I'm like, never mind.
Yeah, never mind.
What do you think I was going to do? Like, be like, oh, really? Yeah, let's fuck.
Sometimes every time I respond, I'll get a message, another comment that's like, you shouldn't ever respond to these. It makes you look weak or it makes you look like you care. I'm like, who are these? Like, I can't defend you're not allowed to say anything. And then once you, like, if you do, people will either come to your aid or then be like, that's so pathetic that you responded.
Yeah, so you're just like...
It's just like impossible to win, kind of.
Yeah.
But I do love responding to annoying comments with like, thank you, love you, love my fans.
Yes.
Or a haha, she sucks, right?
That's fun.
Yeah, that's
a good
fun.
one. That's a good one.
But mostly like, love my fans, thank you so much. Like, oh my God, look, president of my fan club, let's go.
I like that.
I mean, also, I hate that the negative comments help the algorithm.
They do, and you get paid for them, so.
It's frustrating because it's almost like the criticism fuels the money. Ha ha ha.
Temperance.
Let's go, temperance. But yeah, it's kind of like that weird, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I wish that there was a way for me to make money not off of people's anger. But I guess that's like, thank you for your money, you fucking losers. You fucking evil cunts.
Yeah.
You pathetic turd writing from the toilet of your office job that you hate.
I know. It's always miserable, people.
Miserable.
Leah.
We gotta go, I guess, huh?
No. Where can people find you?
Well, I guess on YouTube.
At Alley Pond Park.
At Alley Pond Park. I will be playing with the turtles and possibly a ferret.
Yeah.
Waving at my dad as he runs by.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, Dad. Yeah, I guess, Leah Lamarr, LeahLamarr on Instagram, TikTok with 5 R's, don't ask why, and then YouTube, just Leah Lamarr, and that's me. And I guess, like, potentially look out for a
special. And check out her special on OnlyFans.
Special.
Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.